everyone. Let me see if I can see myself. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to my Facebook mini online session. Today's is a free online class. It's been a while since I last did it. Okay. Welcome, everyone. Hope you had dinner. If you haven't, maybe you can watch dinner. Eat dinner and watch at the same time. Okay. I'm Serena. If you don't know who I am, I'm the founder of Nana Tang Baking Studio in Singapore. Okay, we are located at Ocean Park area, 41 Kampong Baru Road. Maybe some of you been here before. Okay, doing and did some hands-on class before. Okay, this online session is free for you to join, and you can see what kind of learnings that you can learn over here. Okay, and see the environment over here. This is my level 2 studio. If you've been here before, today's class is making very simple. I would say quite simple kind of lava cookie. Okay, matcha raspberry flavor. Hi everyone. Hi. Okay, before I really start this session and start to demo the cookie recipe, do share this video. Okay, do help me to share this video on your feed. Share with your baking kakis. Okay, let them know that this is going on. Okay, and if you have questions for me at any point of time, you leave your comments. Okay, leave it type under the comments, and whenever I browse the questions, I will get it answered. Okay, questions under the comments, and do share and like this post for me. All right, if you have seen this video live, it's a free video. Do share it around, and also you can play back kind of this video again. Even though this live session ends, you still can play back, okay, and do a recap. And one more thing, recipe will be shared later on at the end of the session. After this whole thing is finished, I'll be posting on my Facebook page called Nana Tang's free mini class. Okay, maybe I will talk more about that later. Okay, I will share the recipe over that Facebook. Is a group. Okay, it's a private Facebook group. So do wait for that recipe after this session. Okay, I will not be sharing now. Okay, after this session. Alrighty, let's get started. Today's recipe or today's learning is cookie. It's a kind of trendy cookie, really quite trendy. Quite a lot of people selling this kind of cookie. It's like cake-like texture cookie. It's not those crispy and crunchy kind of cookie. It's more of the opposite, soft, chewy, cakey kind of texture. It's quite a popular kind of cookie these days. Okay, usually it's very big and chunky. Okay, and you can create many different flavors. Today's flavor, the cookie dough is matcha flavor. The filling that we're gonna wrap inside is raspberry ganache. Okay, raspberry ganache. So 2 items that I'll be showing you today. Okay, this particular cookie dough recipe requires you to use cold hard butter. Okay, that's on the screen. There's 2 views. One is the main view and one is the close-up view. Okay, I will do my best to show you as much as possible. Do note that still an online session. There's still some restrictions and will not be perfect. Okay, I require your patience on this. Okay, I will show you as clear as possible. Okay, over here we have cold hard butter. Okay, I just took it out from the fridge. Do not thaw your butter. Okay, this recipe requires you to use cold butter because when you send for baking, the cookie dough doesn't spread out thin and flat. Okay, it has to be thick and chunky kind of dough. When you bake, it kind of expand a little bit only. it doesn't spread out thinly. Okay, so you need to use cold butter. Okay, and other ingredients, you have an egg as well. Okay, all room temperature. And we also have two kinds of sugar. Okay, two kinds of sugar. Let me see over here on the close up. Brown sugar and white sugar, a combination of both. Okay, brown sugar mainly to not to make the dough too sweet. Okay, give it some fragrance, and also brown sugar is for chewy texture. Okay, so brown sugar combination, brown sugar plus white sugar. Okay, and we have dry ingredient. Oh, let's see, dry ingredient. Okay, cake flour, plain flour, matcha powder, and baking soda, just tiny little bit. Okay, this four dry ingredient that is inside my bowl already measured. Okay, there's I know a lot of people have this question. Then can I use all-purpose flour? Or then can I use all cake flour? Or can I use everything plain flour? Okay, I'm very sure this is one of the most popular questions that we've always asked. Okay, uh, to me, there's no right or wrong. Okay, but there's some certain differences. Okay, if you use all cake flour, maybe the texture of the dough is getting too cakey. You are eating a cake instead. Okay, if you use all plain flour, it will be slightly harder. Okay, and more dense. Okay, so if you have a combination of both, that is more preferred. Hence, this recipe is created. It's in between, not too cake-like texture, not too fluffy, but it's not too hard and dense as well. So we have a combination of both cake flour and plain flour. Okay, so if you want to do changes, feel free to do so. It depends on whether or not you like the texture. Anyway, okay. For cookie dough, it's very hard to go wrong. It's all dependable on what you prefer as well. Matcha powder, we use what's my matcha powder? Just a normal brand that I get on Red Mat. Red Mat, or you can get from the baking store, Boom Hua, any kind of brand that you think the taste is strong enough and good enough. Okay. So I already go through all the ingredients inside. Okay, I'm gonna add my sugar into the cold butter. Okay, all in. So sugar plus butter. I'm gonna use a stand mixer with this pedal attachment. Okay, this beater or pedal attachment, you call it. Do not use a whisk. Okay, do not add too much air inside. This is not cake. Okay, this is still a kind of cookie. It cannot get too fluffy. Okay, this process is about creaming and combining just nice. Okay, just nice combining. Do not overdo it. Overdo it, the butter starts to get very soft, the entire dough gets too soft. Okay, so throughout this mixing process is about just nice. Okay. Okay. I will start the machine at low speed. Okay. Low speed. I'll mix well the butter and sugar. Okay. Mix well the butter and sugar. Again, do you have questions? Type under the comment. I should be able to see most of the comments. Let me double check. Okay, when I see the questions, I'll get it answered as and when. All right, a little bit. The butter is still chunky. Let it run for a while, combine with the butter. All right. Okay. Not so yet. Mm, maybe like this. Okay, you can see a little bit better. Okay. A little bit more. 有听得到对吗？有听得到。Okay. Okay. Combining, and you can see that there's no longer in those cube chunks. Maybe a little bit more. Do straight down. Okay. This recipe portion is a little bit small or for my big machine. Okay, so you need to strip down pretty often for it to combine better. And strip down the machine. Few small little chunks of butter, so a little bit more. Medium, low speed will be good. No need high speed. Okay, this is just done. Okay, just nice. No more chunks. Kind of look like a margarine kind of consistency. Okay. Okay. So butter, sugar done. Now we add in one egg. Okay. Again, recipe will be shared later on. Do not ask for the recipe now. Okay. Focus on the demo. Okay. Low speed to combine in the egg. Okay. Still at low medium speed. Okay, and scrape down whenever you can. Okay. And let's scrape down. Still not combined. You can see the egg liquid and the butter is not well combined. Okay. Scrape it down first and continue mixing. Okay, they are combining. Okay. a little bit more. Okay, while that is mixing, get ready your dry ingredient. Okay, back to the dry ingredient that I showed you just now. And I'm just gonna quickly mix them well and get ready to add in. If you are catching what I'm doing, I'm increasing the speed a little bit and back to the lower speed. Okay, do not on the maximum speed at one go. You can on a little while and off, on, off, on, off. Okay, so you don't overdo it. Okay, switch on one more time. Okay, almost done and almost ready to add in the dry ingredient. Okay, usually, I will stop at this stage. Okay, when you don't see big chunks, but it looks like a little bit splitting kind of consistency is usually normal. Okay, because the liquid content here is too much. Okay, that's when you will require dry ingredients to mix in with wet ingredients, so it becomes smooth again. Okay, so usually like this consistency is enough as long as you don't see big chunks, a little bit splitting, it's okay. Add in half amount of your dry ingredients. Okay, and again, low speed mix well. Okay. Gradually adding the rest of your dry ingredient and getting a little bit towards the green side because of the matcha powder. Okay, still at low speed. Okay, you can see that it's combining together. Okay, and no more liquid texture. Okay, let's strip down one more. Now that the dough is not so wet, okay, you can use your hand to strip down, will be more convenient. Wear a glove, of course, unless your hand is really very clean and you don't mind the oily kind of feeling. Okay. Um, a little bit more. Okay, and done. Stop mixing. Okay, now you can use your hand to combine the remaining if there's anything on the side. Move this away first. Okay. Remaining dough, combine them together. And we're gonna split the dough into 70 grams. Okay, 70 gram dough. So this is the final dough. It's quite heavy and very stiff. It's not like airy. It's a normal cookie dough. Most cookie dough will be like this kind of texture. Okay. We're gonna split into 70 grams, and later on we wrap it with the raspberry ganache. 70. You can flatten it a little bit because we're gonna wrap it later on. So in the center, we're gonna do the wrapping. So you can flatten out a little bit, but don't need to be too big. Okay. Don't need to be like a one-time kind of situation. Just gently press down a little bit to flatten, especially the center. Okay. Okay, one more time. Okay. Like this. And ready to wrap later. Okay, I will do the rest of the dough later on. So you can put them on the tray. Okay, and ready to wrap it later for this view. Okay. And let's put this aside for the dough. Okay. Let me scan through if there's any questions before I move on to the raspberry filling. Okay. See. This cookie crispy type? No. Okay, this cookie probably you missed out at the very beginning. This is the trendy kind of cake-like texture cookie. Okay, it's not the famous cookie crispy crunchy cookie. Okay, this is the trendy cakey kind of cookie. Okay, probably most of you have eaten it before. There's quite a lot of cookie shop out there. And a lot of bakeries sell this kind of cookie, very big and chunky and fat and cake-like texture. Okay, so I see that there's no further question for regarding the dough recipe, and let's take the step to the raspberry ganache recipe. Okay, it will require you to have a few ingredients. Okay. Chocolate. Okay, you need some chocolate, raspberry. Okay, I use frozen raspberry. You can use fresh raspberry as well. It's up to you. And a little bit of butter. Okay. Again, the recipe will be shared later on, not now. Okay. You will need a hand blender. Okay, with the blade because the raspberry is kind of a little bit difficult to blend smooth if you use your hand to do so. So you will need a hand blender. Okay, almost a must to have. The first step is to melt your chocolate. Okay, I use dark chocolate. We use microwave to melt. If you don't have microwave, then you use a double boiling method, a pot of water bath. Okay, and put your chocolate bowl on top of the hot water pot and use the steam to melt the chocolate. Okay, that is a more traditional way. Okay, melt the chocolate. We will add in the raspberry together with the butter. Okay, room temperature butter. Okay, this one room temperature butter. Don't use cold hard butter because it will be very difficult to blend smooth. Okay, and a good hand blender to blend well the ingredients. Okay. Okay. Almost done. Since this is a small recipe, okay, scrape down a little bit on the sides and the blade and do just a little while more. Okay. As long as it's not chunky, it will be good enough, like a smooth peanut butter consistency. Okay. Okay. So it looks something like this, like peanut butter. Okay, it's not watery. If it's watery, means that maybe the chocolate is a little bit too hot. Okay, if it's watery, you just wait for it to set until peanut butter consistency, then you can use it. Okay, peanut butter consistency is the recommended consistency to use. If it's watery and runny, it's very hard to wrap it. Okay, it will all ooze out even before you can close the cookie dough. Hey, oops, stuck. All right, I'll scrape down later. Okay, the raspberry ganache, pretty easy as long as you have a hand blender. Okay, if you don't have hand blender, I will still suggest you go and buy one because it's very useful in the kitchen if you want to blend smooth certain ganache or other items. Okay, so this is done, ganache, and ready to use. Okay, can we use the raspberry puree? Does one person ask? Yes, you can use raspberry puree. Okay, actually, raspberry puree easier to blend because it's already blended. Okay, so raspberry puree, not a problem. Okay, you can use raspberry puree. Okay, any questions before I move on to the next step? Not so. Then let's take a look at the dough again. Okay, the dough and the raspberry ganache. Oh, you can fill up your raspberry ganache inside your piping bag. Okay, it will be easier to distribute it into the dough. Okay, I will show you what I mean. Okay. Let's. Okay, you can view. Okay. let's do the wrapping. Okay, you can wrap actually just normal chocolate ganache as well. Okay, if you have a chocolate ganache recipe, you can wrap it inside as well. Any kind of filling that is kind of a peanut butter consistency. Okay, and it melts when it's heated up. Those can be used for any kind of lava cookie. Okay, it's a raspberry version, something that is more special and also match well with the upcoming festive period. So raspberry is used. That's what I chose. But if you're not a fan of raspberry, then just do a classic chocolate ganache. Okay. I measured 20 grams of the filling with 70 grams of the dough. Okay, feel free to adjust the proportion. Okay, but I would say 20-20 is good enough. Okay, and wrap the filling inside. Okay, slowly close the dough. Okay, gently. Okay, where another dough. So it's not so. Okay, make sure that it's sealed. Okay, nothing is popping out. Okay, fully sealed. Let's do one more time. Okay, that's one way that will be a little bit easier is to freeze your ganache. Okay, you can freeze it up. You can cut them in ball shape. Okay, cut them on a tray or something or a baking paper and freeze the entire ganache. Okay, when frozen, it's easier to wrap as well. That's one way to go about it. Okay, but we don't have a lot of time for this session, so I will skip that question. Okay, okay, one more time. 20 grams plus minus, or you can go a little bit more if you like. Okay, wrap it up. Actually, a little bit oozing out is okay. You can put it on the bottom of the cookie when baking. Okay, the nicer part, face up. Okay, the nicer part, face up. Okay, not too round. Do not roll into a ball shape. It's kind of a flattened round shape. Okay, so like this, it's ready to bake. Okay, but one thing, if your dough is too soft, you might want to chill for 5 to 10 minutes before baking. Okay, it really depends. Some butter really melt very fast. Okay, if you use those kind of butter that melt really fast, the dough is soft, it doesn't hold shape, then maybe you chill a little bit first before baking it. Okay, so now I'll send this into the oven. It will take usually 15 to 20 minutes to fully bake. Okay, usually we bake without fan mode. If you're in a hurry, you can bake with fan mode as well. Using fan mode, the shorter baking duration. Without fan mode, which is hot and bottom heat, usually takes slightly longer because the baking process is a little bit slower. Okay, usually for us, we bake hot and bottom heat about 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, we'll turn this into the oven, but we have already done the final one because we can't be waiting 20 minutes for the dough to be ready for this section. So I already picked one for to let you see the final result of the cookie. Whereas the rest, I will just send it to you. before I show you the final cookie and open it up to show you the lavaish raspberry inside, I will answer question first. Okay, let's see if there's any question. Elizabeth asks, use converter. I would recommend you to use compound chocolate. Okay. Using converter. Okay, you never really fully phrase the sentence, but I understand what you mean. Is it using converter chocolate or just now that black chocolate? Okay, I use compound chocolate. Compound chocolate is easier to use. It's not so temperamental as compared to converter chocolate. So I would recommend you to use compound chocolate. Okay, converter is only when you are chocolate expert. You know how to sample your chocolate. Then you use converter chocolate. If not compound chocolate, that's what you will use. Someone asked the video will be uploaded. This is a live session. For live video, usually it will still be you should be able to browse the data. Okay, it will still be visible on the Facebook page or the Facebook group. Okay, talking about the Facebook group, some of you is already on it. Okay, the Facebook group is for nothing mini classes. If you want to join that, okay, you see the bottom of the video, there's a sentence scrolling. You see the last sentence, www.nanotech.com/mini. nanotech.com/mini, M-I-N-I. You can key in that to your browser and you click enter, you can see that Facebook group and click join. Okay, I will accept your request to join that Facebook group. Okay, so you can find the recipe over there and you still can find the video over there. Okay, this is hosted by external it's called StreamYard. It's not really directly from Facebook, but from what I know, it still remains there. Okay, it still can be browsed again later on. All right. There's no question. Let's take a look at our final result of our cookie. Okay. Huh? It's okay. The ganache here. Okay. So we only baked one cookie since no one's eating over here. Okay, just a demo for you. So when the cookie is baked, it's kind of almost the same size, only expand slightly. Just tiny little bit, we expanded 15% only. Okay. Then you can do decoration if you want. Okay, you can do some chocolate drizzle decoration. This is the compound chocolate stain, just chocolate on itself. Okay, do not add other things. Okay, you can use white chocolate as well if you prefer. You think it goes well better with white chocolate. Okay, this is just a quick one. Okay, you can drizzle it however you want. It's really up to you. There's no right or wrong for us. Okay, I will categorize it as a up. Okay, you can put some sprinkles if you want it to look a little bit more festive. Okay, pretty festive with all the green color ish results. Okay, just a quick one to show you how to decorate your cookies. Let it set completely if you want it to pack or be packed. If you pack now, the chocolate will all smudge. Okay, you just need to leave it under aircon. If you're in a hurry, put it into the fridge, and then the entire chocolate set first before you do the packing. Okay, that's one additional hint, kind of bonus tip for you. Okay, when you pack your cookie, like this decoration set. Okay, so this is the look of the cookie when you open it while it's hot. Okay, the cookie must be warm enough or hot enough for you to open up. Then you get the lavaish kind of effect. Okay, if the cookie is already in the chiller, totally chilled down and hard, and you don't get the lavaish effect. Okay, then you can warm it up a little bit before you eat it. Okay, get ready. I'm gonna crack open this cookie. Okay, only one time. There's no other piece left. Okay, meow. Okay, here we go. We see that chocolate, melted chocolate. Okay, the raspberry chocolate that is inside the cookie as a filling. Okay, so when you bite it, it's like a cream kind of texture. Okay, the dough, you can't taste it, okay, but it's oops, pretty soft. Okay, like a cake-like texture. Okay, a brownie kind of texture. I would say brownie. Okay, brownie kind of texture. Okay, not those crispy, crunchy cookie. Okay, sorry, cookie, I already damaged it fully. So you can see the fillings inside. Okay, it's soft and runny. Okay, this kind of effect only happen if it's warm. Okay, when it cool down, it will harden. Then you have to warm it up to get this water lavaish effect again. Okay. All right. So I finished the cookie and show you the final results. Okay. A little bit sad looking now that I crushed it. Um, let's see if there's any more question. Seems like there's no question for this. Not much question for this session. Then I will talk about our upcoming classes. Okay. This is an online class, as mentioned, free for you to browse. Once in a while, we have it. But if you're really interested and keen to know more about hands-on classes, do it all by yourself under guidance, of course, and bring home the big goods that you make in our studio. Then you might want to check out our website for the upcoming classes, especially the Christmas-related classes. Okay, the Christmas-related classes we have one sale, Double 11 sale. I'm pretty sure there's still a lot of sales going on, so we want to join the sales as well. Double 11 sales. If you use the promo code Christmas Xmas 1111 on our website, you can get 11% off for all Christmas workshop. Okay, you can find all our Christmas workshop on the website natang.com/Christmas. Okay, I will show you a bigger screen so you can see a little bit better. Bigger screen. Where's the bigger screen? So, yeah, this is just a bigger screen for you to see if you cannot see the small little tiny words on the bottom. Promo code Xmas1111 only valid from now till end of tomorrow because tomorrow is November 11th. The hot sale period day. Okay, only 1 day sale. You can apply this promo code for any Christmas classes. This year we have new Christmas classes, which is bento cake and bento macaron cake. Okay, you might want to read the details first. Okay, not asking you to sign up immediately. Go and browse the details, what you will learn in the class. Okay, what kind of recipe you'll be learning and what you will be bringing home. Read through, and if you are a serious learner, you might want to consider these Christmas classes. Pretty cute and Christmassy, festive period. Nice to bring to your guests or your friend's house for this year's gathering. Okay, it will be on natang.com/Christmas. Okay, do take note this promo code will be valid until end of tomorrow. Alrighty, The cookie. Back to the cookie again. I see questions. If not eating immediately, should microwave before eating? If you ask me, actually microwave is not really the best way to heat up cookie. It heat up really fast. Like 10 seconds, the cookie is heat up and you can eat it. But sometimes microwave is too strong for the cookie and it will make the cookie dough a little bit more dry. That's not the best way, but if you ask me, I will still use microwave because it's fast and easy. But the best way to heat up your cookie again is actually to use a normal oven. Okay, go back to the normal oven, 170-degree. You can turn on the fan mode, it's okay. You preheat first, put your cookie back into the oven for about 1 to 2 minutes. It should be sufficient. Okay, then take out, let it cool down a little bit, then you can eat it, enjoy it. If not, if you're lazy like me, that will be microwave. Okay, just note that it will dry up a little bit because microwave is actually too strong. Okay, or air fryer actually works as well. Okay, I see that most people have air fryer instead of oven at home. You can use air fryer to heat it up as well. Not too sure, but I would say within 30 seconds. It's also pretty fast. Within 30 seconds, it should be done. For air fryer, you can try it out yourself when you warm up the cookies. Usually, most cookies are nice when eaten warm, just like brownie. This kind of cake-like texture cookie. Of course, the crispy kind of cookie, you do not warm it up. Okay, you warm up crispy kind of cookie, it will become soggy and soft. Okay, so for crispy cookie recipe, not too warm up, but cake-like texture kind of cookie, those cakey cookie, very thick and fat ones, you can warm it up to eat. That will be the best. Storage instructions, it's best to keep it in airtight. If you want to keep long, it will be in the fridge. Okay, if you want to keep the cookie long. So if it's in the fridge, you have to warm it up before it. If not, if you put it outside in the room temperature, airtight container, usually 2 days, maximum 3 days. Okay, airtight container, room temperature. If you want to last long, even up to a week, you can put in the fridge. Also airtight container. Okay. If you have additional cookie dough that you're not gonna bake, you can actually store in the freezer. Okay, you can store cookie dough in the freezer for up to a month. Okay, for up to a month. Usually we don't go to 1 month. Okay, but up to a month. Best to use it within 2 weeks for frozen cookie dough. Okay, you can keep your cookie dough. All right, I repeat again, recipe will be shared on the Facebook group. Again, if you see the scrolling letter on the bottom, okay, let it scroll to the end. You can see this link, nanateng.com/mini. Okay, it's a link for you to go into our Facebook group, Nanateng Facebook group. You click join the group, then you can find the recipe over there. If you're lucky or if you have the time, you can scroll the previous classes. You can even find the previous recipe that I did on the online session. Okay? If you don't have any final questions for me, that's all for today. And thank you for joining this session. And I'm not too sure when is the next one. It depends on my time schedule because usually you have to do it at night, 7 p.m. ish. It's a little bit late for all our stuff over here. So we'll do our best to do it again for the next time round. If not, do check out our website. Again, our Christmas classes. You show the banner again for the promo. Okay, end of today. If not, I will see you next time. Bye bye everyone and have a great evening.